Hey everybody, this is So Many Sequels, your book club for movies. I'm Josh.
I'm Garrett.
And I'm David.
Mary So Minty Minty? I said minty.
So minty.
Start
Ooh,
over.
we love a minty Santa.
Yeah.
So
Minty Santas.
Mary So Many Santas.
Yeah.
To one and to all. We're in our second week here.
Yes.
We talked about
'Tis the season. Are you guys feeling it yet? It's like, has it
a little
hit?
bit. Nah,
Bit
but
by
a little
bit.
bit. Bit by bit, I would
Okay.
say. Slower than
Bit
ever
by
this
bit.
time. But like I got my tree
Yeah.
up this time, which
That's nice.
I put up like an hour
Yeah.
ago as of recording.
Hey.
And that helped a little.
Mm-hmm.
She's a beaut, Clark.
We got the tree in the house over there. We've got a new inflatable Santa dinosaur that also occupies some of the tree space.
Ooh.
I saw a photo
Grandpa
of that
brought
the other
over.
day. Yes, it looked very, very cool.
And my son is very disappointed every time we deflate it because it's nighttime and there's no reason to have it running the whole evening.
Ooh, you should take a video of him.
Oh man, he gets so
then-
bummed. Maybe I will.
You should,
Maybe I will.
even if it's
Sad
just for
kid
us.
videos are fun.
No, he tries to plug it in himself, but he can't. He can't quite reach where it's supposed to plug in at. So he gets so
Nice.
mad.
That's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's starting to kick in. I've at least, I can tell you what, I've got 2 boxes of various types of Christmas tree cake over there. That is
Excellent
definitely.
choice.
I got the standard, and then this year they also got the mini muffins that are Christmas tree cakeified.
Oh,
So
Interesting.
they're pretty good. They got the sprinkles.
Yeah.
Huh.
I've seen on the internet.
What kind of
Yeah.
muffins are they?
Christmas tree cake. It's like, I don't know, like yellow cake, white cake, muffin, whatever that is, with the
Okay.
sprinkle, the green and red sprinkles in it. It does not have the
Okay.
white
Yeah.
frosting.
So no
But-
blueberries.
That's the
or
best part.
anything.
I would agree. I've seen on the internet they have donuts, mini donuts that are Christmas tree cake, but I can't find.
See, I've started to dip in. I've got sort of the Christmas color, like little mini Reese's. Haven't gotten the candy cane Reese's though. That's always a good sign of Christmas time. But we've
What about
got
the trees.
the trees. Oh, those will happen. Those will happen. But proof that marketing still works. My son happened to see the classic Jingle Bells Hershey Kiss commercial.
Oh, that they
With
Yeah, yeah.
where the Hershey Kisses are jingle bells, and he immediately said, "I want those." Like he was like, "Can we have those?" And we were like, "Okay, yeah." So we went to the store and we got it. So Mark, it still works.
See, and
Alright?
I'm kind of
There's-
glad. That's something I've always liked about the Christmas commercials is there's a few companies who have just run the same commercial for like 20 years, 30 years. I don't know how
Yes.
long that Hershey Kiss commercial's been on, but since we were
Oh.
kids,
I can
and
tell you
the
hang on,
same for the M&M ones, like
where they
he's
walk in on
real,
Santa.
they're
I'm serious.
real.
They do exist.
Yes.
Was your son upset that they were not bells and that it was just chocolate?
No, he seemed to get the premise that they were
Okay,
pieces
just
of
making
chocolate.
sure.
Because I think he'd seen Kisses before, but he saw those and he was like, "Yeah, I haven't had a Hershey Kiss. Let me go get
Yeah.
one."
Okay.
Hershey. I'm
Yeah.
gonna look it up because I read this about that Christmas commercial that in lieu of they've been running that Christmas commercial since 1989.
Hey,
And
that's literally as old as me.
And that's
They
older
did
than
a-
me.
They did a slight redesign in 2012 just to kind of update the because obviously it was.
You
like
want to
standard
hear
def.
hang on. Do you want to hear the worst part of what my head just did? Garrett said, "That's me." And I was like, "Yeah, that's 31."
Thank you, though. That's kind.
Because
I
in my
appreciate
head,
that.
well, 1990 isn't 30 years ago, right?
No, in
Anyway,
1990.
go on.
So
We're old.
they did a little redesign in 2012, but what I read was between 1989 and 2012, they just kept running that same commercial instead of making a new commercial every year, and they just gave the money they would spend on Christmas marketing as a bonus to all of their staff, to like the
Nice.
Hershey marketing staff. They did do a new version in 2020 that you guys may or may not remember, where the bells, like the candy, are ringing, and then somebody reaches in off camera and like takes one of the Hershey's, and I guess implies eats it off screen. And there were apparently lots of people not too happy.
Ooh,
So
weird.
the new version is back. Tradition.
Do you all know
Makes-
about
It
the
wouldn't be
Coca-
Christmas without somebody going outrageously ridiculous one way or another for some kind of stupid reason because their Christmas commercial has changed. Like, the tradition of that matters.
Mhm.
You know about
Doesn't.
speaking of though, about that, and this is where there might be a little asterisk. You hear about the Coca-Cola commercial being made with AI?
Oh man, the AI Coke commercial.
I don't like
looks
that
so
kind of. I
bad.
don't like that kind of change.
No, it looks terrible.
Wow.
It
I've
looks
seen
bad.
I
You
have-
can tell it's
yeah.
AI. I saw it
Yeah.
on Hulu the other day, I think.
There's something
Really.
about
I'll
the
have to
way
keep an eye out.
AI transitions from one shot to another shot that feels unnatural.
Is it look like the Polar Express?
Worse.
No, yeah,
Worse.
Because the Polar
Does-
Express
do they have
just-
the dead eyes still?
The Polar
No.
Express just looks like technology that wasn't quite there yet. This just looks
Mhm.
like AI slop.
This
Ah.
looks like, I mean, I don't know how to best describe it. It looks and feels fake, whereas the Polar Express looks like work.
Yeah.
Like it looks
Yeah.
like it didn't like it looks like it didn't achieve what it was supposed to. But so do a lot of people's drawings. You look at a drawing and go, yeah, it didn't. It's not quite, a human hand, but I can tell that's what you're trying to make. AI, it's like, oh, it created a perfect human hand in some ways, but also it moves like, funky way. I don't know. I'm not a big support on AI generated commercials or films or
No.
any of that kind of
Of
stuff.
course not. Garrett, I'm gonna slide it into our chat for you so you can view
Oh,
it real
Lord
quick.
have
It is-
mercy.
It is 30 seconds long, and you don't even need the sound.
And it's
really.
like it looks exactly like someone took whatever the program is and just said Midjourney or whatever and said create a Coca-Cola Christmas commercial. And if that's the amount of effort you put into your commercial
Yeah.
creation, it's gonna reflect.
There's a disclaimer in the bottom left when it opens that it was made by Magic AI, which is a open AI product, I believe.
Mm.
Everything is AI in there?
Yeah.
Some of it looks real. Some of it looks okay.
Yeah, no, some of it
But-
looks good, but generally speaking,
Yeah, for sure.
But it just doesn't feel like any of it feels really truly connected to each other, does it?
Sure. It looks
No.
like somebody took a bunch of B-roll, and then if there's narration, I watched it without sound, but it looks like a bunch
Yeah.
of B-roll that they just found of Santa stuff that they're narrating over.
And
And
just
go
the-
Coca-Cola at the end.
the irony of calling it real magic at the end is just like,
Yeah.
Mm.
This is the world we live in. AI.
it is. It
AI.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going off into a different type of podcast now. Now we
That's
do
your-
just sound like a bunch of old people complaining about the
Yeah,
past.
that'll replace your news and trailers for the week.
We're
We don't have
every tech
anything else to talk
podcast
about.
now. I mean, I'm not wrong. Okay. Oh, David, you watched Tomb Raider?
Yes.
Now, which one?
Watch?
Alicia Vikander or
No, I
Angelina
watched the
Jolie?
original.
Okay.
I watched the original with Angelina Jolie.
Christmas movie?
This is not a Christmas movie. It is
Okay.
David got home really late and couldn't go to sleep, and so he turned on. I have Sling TV, and so I was scrolling through and I found MGM, the MGM channel, and they were and like Tomb Raider was starting, so I was like, I can watch Tomb Raider, I guess. So I started watching, and I got about 75% through, and I was like, I'm too tired, I got to go to bed. And so then the next day, though, I found it on Amazon Prime and just skipped all the way to where I left off and finished it because I was like, I want to finish it out. And, people say, that I haven't evolved as a viewer, but clearly I have, because I remember thinking that Tomb Raider when I was a kid was like the raciest film that had ever been put to cinema, Like, I was like, oh my gosh, there's like partial nudity. Like, it was the most, like, this was the kind of movie that, like, if my parents walked in, I would have to, like, scramble to turn the television off because there was too much guns. There were too many guns and attractive women. But man, what a painfully average film. It's like,
You're going to get us in trouble.
what, do people like the first Tomb Raider?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I don't think so. I don't even know if Angelina Jolie likes the first Tomb Raider. Some of the action's fun, but it's just really cheesy. It is kind of fun. The most fun thing is it stars a very young Daniel Craig doing an American accent. That's not, my wife said, like, can you tell? And I was like, it's pretty good. I said, if you didn't know he was James Bond, you would think like, wow, he really dropped his southern. You might think like, wow, that guy really dropped his southern accent from the Knives Out movie. But Yeah, it's like a young Daniel Craig, Angelina Jolie. There's one of the guys from Game of Thrones that you guys won't remember. Nobody remembers anybody from Game of Thrones.
Mm.
One of the
Amelia
guys that
Clarke.
works. Yeah, well, if you remember Amelia Clark, she had a character named I think Mormont who like hung out with her, who's kind of like an older man that kind of had the hots for her but couldn't really act on it, kind of thing. He was like her advisor. Anyway, he was like one of the main bad guys, and then John Voight just kind of drops in midway through at some point too. Yeah, it was just kind of a mess. I remember loving it as a kid, but not that great now.
Interesting. Well, I don't know that was a ringing endorsement. I probably won't watch it.
Well, it's just kind of feels very like I don't know. It feels like
Of the time.
yeah, it feels very
Yeah.
of the time. It feels very like you know, I can't think of anything to compare it to, but yeah, I don't know.
So then, what about the first episode of this new Star Wars show, Skeleton Crew? I haven't started
Those
that
are-
yet either.
So this was actually I thought pretty refreshing, pretty fun. It is very kind of like targeted at sort of a kids level. I say kids, maybe like 10 to 14-year-old level, I think. A lot of people are comparing it to the Goonies, which I think does that. I think that
That's
that
a
is
good
there.
thing to hear.
But it looks really. The thing is, it looks amazing. If when we were 12 to 13-year-olds, we had shows that looked this good, it would have blown us away. We would have been like, this is amazing. Like you couldn't like even our parents would be like, well, it's not like cheap crap. It looks nice. And there's like a lot of good action in it. The kids are very charming to an extent. One of the kids is like painfully in his own like he's just like, don't do it. You just keep yelling. He's like Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems. You just keep yelling and screaming, please don't do it, because he keeps pushing buttons he's not supposed to push and opening things he shouldn't open. The little alien kid is very adorable. So yeah. And then I got to the end of it, and I haven't moved on to the second episode, but it's very interesting. These kids are, they live in the Star Wars universe, so they've grown up with all the stories about Jedis and stuff, but they live in a part of the universe where that stuff is very much a far-flung fantasy, for them. And then they come across an adventure for themselves. So I think it's pretty nice. I'm looking forward to checking out the second episode when I get the time.
And this is on the very small Disney Plus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Disney
okay.
Plus available there. Probably will only be available there for the foreseeable future. But yeah, I would recommend it, because also I don't think that there's too much baggage that you have that it doesn't bring a lot of baggage in that you have to like know about. I mean, if you kind of know the vague idea of Star Wars, then you've got a starting point.
All right. Yeah, what have you been up to?
Yeah, no, not much.
Oh, no.
Been busy. I found the Christmas season, again, coming in bit by bit. I have reached a stage where I am finding, the Christmas music I want to listen to, but it's not what I expected this year. I'm going to, for the YouTube video watchers, I'm going to have a show and tell, because I've got vinyls that I bought.
Ooh.
Yes. I got me a Charlie Brown Christmas on vinyl this year, and so I have been listening to the wonderful music provided. But what's also cool is that I gotta, I did not buy this at a local store, unfortunately. So I think it's an exclusive at the big the big bookstore. But look at the record cover.
Nice.
Like,
That's pretty
you got
neat.
them. Yeah, you got Charlie and Lucy and Linus dancing around a Christmas tree that is adorned with Snoopy at the top. And then you flip it over.
Ah,
and
look at
then,
that.
yeah, there they are, Charlie and Linus again. Is that Linus? Yeah. At the sad Christmas tree, if you will.
That little Charlie
And
Brown
so-
Christmas tree.
Yes. And then also, this does connect to a movie. Is I've got myself Ray Charles's "The Spirit of Christmas" record on vinyl, and that is the song that they play in Christmas Vacation.
Mhm.
Whenever Chevy Chase is sitting in the attic watching old little home movies of himself, that is the music that's going on in the background. And both those records have been, it's nice to be able to put on a record if you have a record player and have a little Christmas music going in the background. It's different than just turning on a Spotify playlist and just
Mhm.
like putting it on random and then hearing it that way. So it's nice, little atmospheric, and that's really all I have been doing when it comes to
Yeah.
the season so far.
Me-
You know, I haven't watched much or done anything.
I think music goes a long way to putting you in that Christmas mood because I don't listen to a lot of radio anymore, but usually when the radio stations started flipping over to Christmas, that was like, okay, now we're really in it. Now it's really like I'm really feeling it all the time because I'm listening to Wham and Mariah Carey and
Have you heard it yet?
Gene
Are you
Autry and
are
all
you all
that.
playing Whamageddon?
Heard it in on TikTok earlier, but I've otherwise not like put it on.
So Whamageddon is the game that starts December 1st, and you see how long you make it before you hear Last Christmas.
Last
Oh.
Christmas.
I haven't heard it yet. Then I guess
Then you are
'cause I
still
feel like I'd
alive
noticed
in
that, yeah.
Whamageddon if you haven't heard.
Okay,
That's
good.
good.
To
I mean,
know,
I think
'cause
December
will pay
7th's
attention.
impressive. I've heard it. I heard it in a coffee shop the other day.
I mean, I can't I can't remember if I heard it.
I think it doesn't count if you
I'm
don't.
gonna go
if
with
you-
that.
Yeah, you got to notice it for it to count. Kind of like,
Mhm.
Okay.
well, I won't say, but
It's like the game.
you said
Ah,
it. You said
man.
what I was thinking.
Yeah. But I lost
Uh,
it technically because you just you alluding to the idea it made me
That's
lose.
true.
We all thought of it. Goodness, what a time that was.
Well, so
I never even remember that, honestly. I didn't find out about that until like 2019.
get out of town. Really?
That was true. Yeah.
We don't need to rehash that. If you played the game, or if you just lost it because of
You
us,
know. Yeah,
let us know on
sorry.
Instagram at So Many Secrets Pod or in the YouTube comments. So after Hot Frosty last week, I decided
yeah.
I gotta watch some more of these Netflix Christmas movies. And so Netflix I don't have Hallmark Plus or whatever, and I will not justify Hallmark Plus for 1 month for Christmas. Maybe next
No.
year,
No.
but
Free trial? Probably not
yeah,
in December.
I'd have to look. But they do have a collection of them on Netflix, and they have a collection of them on Peacock, so that's kind of handy. And
Okay.
so I watched a selection that all starred Lacey Chabert from Mean Girls and Hot Frosty.
Was this purposeful or just
No.
coincidental?
It was a
Okay.
a coinky dink, as they would
That's
call
awesome.
it. But I watched. Well, let me start with the first one that was not Lacey Chabert. Actually, I watched Netflix's Our Little Secret, which is the Lindsay Lohan one with her and Kristen Chenoweth.
Is this new? I thought hers was the Falling for Christmas.
No,
or
that's the
whatever.
old one.
Oh yeah, this is the new one.
there is
yeah.
a new one. Okay.
Yeah, the new one
Yeah.
is Our Little Secret, and she is. So it's after discovering their significant others are siblings, two resentful exes must spend Christmas under one roof while hiding their romantic history.
Mm.
And so
Wow.
let me
Nikki,
tell
How
you,
was it?
not that I didn't think it was that good. So in the opening credits, there's like a prologue that is in 2000 or whatever.
14.
2014. And then there's a opening credits that's like a passage through time up to 2024.
So you see like big moments.
Yeah. And ChatGPT is literally in there. That's all I'm saying. ChatGPT is mentioned, referenced,
Yeah.
visually seen in the
In
opening
the same
credits.
breath as
Ah.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So I have
Goodness.
at least one reason to believe it may have been used in the script.
Yikes.
I will say Nikki liked this more than Hot Frosty, but I could understand if
You know,
Other
I
people.
really think that we were talking, for me anyway, we're talking about a coin flip to a degree.
mm,
I think Hot Frosty for us benefited a lot with the casting. It had a bigger cast. Like this one, I really
Mhm.
only knew Lindsay Lohan and Kristen Chenoweth, and
Yeah.
the other, there was a little more spread out. So I watched that, and I also watched Call in the Holly, which is
Did she fall in love with like a moving guy? He's like hauling stuff.
Holland,
Okay.
dumber.
Holland the Holly.
Hang on, let me see
So
what
maybe he transports big Christmas trees. He's a lumberjack.
No.
That's a good one.
Oh wait, okay,
That's a good guess.
I got it slightly wrong. It's Haul Out the Holly,
Haul out the haul.
and Haul
Okay.
is H-A-U-L.
Is he a garbage man?
No.
Okay.
Haul.
Any other
What do
final
you
guesses
haul? Oh,
for
he's a
this
trucker.
insane
He's a
movie?
trucker guy, and he has Christmas in the back
What
of his
else?
truck.
What is it, Josh?
Okay,
What's the
before-
hook
I'm
here?
gonna
This
see if-
actually is a great game.
Right, isn't it? Okay, this is the letterbox description. Emily arrives home hoping to visit her parents, only to discover that they are leaving on a trip of their own. As she stays at their house for the holidays, their homeowners association is determined to get Emily to participate in the neighborhood's mini Christmas festivities.
Okay.
This sounds like this week's movie, Christmas with the Cranks, to some
It's
not
extent.
very similar.
It's not. Yes,
Yeah, so in this movie, her parents,
they've succeeded.
yeah, they're like, no, we're going. And the neighborhood is like, that's fine. They're done. Like, he's retired as homeowners president. They're allowed.
Love it.
And
It's the
the
exact
new
opposite.
homeowners president is like, you gotta decorate,
Mhm.
Lacey, or else. And
Yeah.
he literally writes her like citations for not having a tall enough nutcracker in the front yard. And what's weird is she's like doing it. I don't know.
She's got to, or her parents are going to get kicked out. Them,
She does,
them
yeah.
homeowners associations, man, they
Yeah.
suck.
I really benefit from having a really bad homeowners association. Like, they are not
Yeah.
coordinated.
And I think this one was a Hallmark one that was on Netflix. That I also watched A Merry Scottish Christmas.
Ooh, I've heard about that one.
That one also starred Lacey. When estranged siblings Lindsay and Brad travel to Scotland at Christmas to reunite with their mother, Jo, a big family secret is revealed. The secret is that they're royalty.
Oh,
And the castle is
Scottish royalty.
the castle is theirs.
Wow,
Welcome home,
Okay.
lassie.
what a gift.
Anybody of note in that other than Lacey Chabert?
I don't think there was, but
Drew McIntyre, maybe?
That would be perfect.
no one in that one.
He'd be like,
Blast.
you guys are home. I prayed for this and it happened.
And then one more before I wrap it up. I watched The Christmas Quest. And this one is another new one from Hallmark. An archaeologist and her ex-husband, who is a Norse language expert, search for a legendary treasure in Iceland during Christmas. Others join the hunt, leading to a thrilling race to secure the treasure before the wrong people obtain it.
The wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Christmas Indiana Jones
Mm.
with
Oh
Gretchen
boy,
Wieners.
that sounds pretty fun.
It
Mhm.
was
I
less
love
than
Gretchen
you would
Wieners.
think.
I imagine they're all pretty,
Yeah, this one was...
but I also expect that.
Yeah, I think the weird one for me is it was a little too much in the like action adventure mixed with Hallmark, and I was like, the vibes are weird in this one to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Vibes are weird,
Yeah.
they're off. But that's just me. And then my last movie, which is not Christmas related, but I did want to talk about, came out this week. It's a Y2K. It's a new A24 movie from writer-director Kyle Mooney
Oh,
from
right.
SNL. And this movie takes place in the year 1999 at a high school New Year's Eve party where at midnight strikes Y2K is not only real, but the machines are here to kill.
Oh, nice.
I don't remember his name,
I-
the actor, but it stars the kid who played Bill in It. He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stars Rachel
Yeah.
Ziegler, who is Snow White in the upcoming Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs movie. She was
That's
just
true.
in the Hunger Games, West Side Story. It was really good, but caveat, I understand that I'm in the minority on that.
Oh, people have not found it good?
I have seen poor reviews and poor showings at the theaters so far, but I had a
Well,
fun time
that
with it.
doesn't surprise me.
Honestly, Garrett, I kind of think that you would be into it. I feel like this is a
I
movie.
love Kyle Mooney. He's weird as hell.
And that's why I think you would like it. And there are things in this movie that, like, I want you to see it because I want to tell you they happen because I think you'll go, well,
Yeah, I believe
so
that.
fun.
Kyle Mooney's very strange.
he's very strange. It's very 90s. Like, the movie, all I could think of afterward, outside of the murdering technology part, was, man, I wish I could experience 1999 as an adult. That seemed like a
Mhm.
fun year.
Yeah.
It's a time that should be revisited in more movies, like as a premise. Like the whole idea that people genuinely thought the computers were just going to explode. You know, that premise itself lends it to
Airplanes were gonna
many
fly out of
different
the
kind of
sky.
aspects. It can be like a satire, it can be funny, it can be serious, it can be a disaster adventure. You know, you can do so many different things with it. So take a cue there, movie makers, and let's revisit Y2K and the ridiculousness that surrounded it.
They should. And I
Yes.
love making it. Like, this was it's very funny. Like, I felt like the trailer was a little they left that into question as is how much is this funny versus how much is this a horror movie? I mean, knowing it was Kyle Mooney, I knew it would be funny to some extent, but I also kind of didn't have expectations because he's so weird. But
Yeah.
I think he's probably an acquired taste kind of person, and I have acquired it. It has acquired it.
Oh yeah.
So I was
Oh,
just.
I always thought he was really funny on SNL.
Then you might like it too, David. I feel like it might be a little too stupid for you, but we'll see. I want everybody to watch it because I think it's fun either way. But that's Y2K, and that just came out in
Yeah,
theaters.
Jaden Martell, that was the name you were looking
Yes,
for.
that is his name. Thank you. Thank you.
But he was in Knives Out as well.
Incel kid.
Yeah, he was the Nazi child masturbating in the bathroom.
Yes. Yes.
I also want to mention before we move on, though, Breakup season is now available on most
Yeah.
streaming platforms. Maybe not most, but at the very least, like I think
The
it's on Prime.
digital rental platforms. Yeah, anywhere you can
Go
rent something.
digitally rent this movie and then come listen to our episode and then listen to the interview that we did with the star Samantha. It's a good movie. It's better than some of the Hallmark ones. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I might look at it and rent it again myself.
We gave it all 4 stars.
We
here.
did. I might watch it again and see how I enjoy it in the Christmas season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Could be. But yeah, we are in Christmas this month. So many Santas. We hit Hot Frosty last week, and this week coming up, we're talking about Christmas with the Cranks. Following that, we've got is this our first animated Christmas movie or holiday season movie?
No.
What have we
We've
done?
done Klaus.
Oh, you're
We've done
right.
some
We did
other ones.
Klaus. But this is 8 Crazy Nights. I'm interested in that one.
Yeah, never seen it. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and then after
I hope.
we will wrap up the season with classic, to some people, the greatest Christmas movie of all time, It's a Wonderful Life. And we'll be the judge of that. 3 regular guys on the
We have definitely the credibility to make that decision for you.
Yes,
for
we
everyone.
are definitely not 3 of the most basic people ever.
Right. So that's
Yeah,
what
I'm complicated.
When they made you, they kept the mold.
Exactly.
Repeat.
All right. That's what we've got coming up this month. David, do you want to wrap us up here with our weekly box office update?
I can try. We're recording this a little early, so I don't have the full weekend numbers, but I do have the most recent numbers from Friday. And as of right now, it's looking like Moana 2 will hold on to that number 1 spot. But Wicked is also still performing very well. Looking like it's going to finish number 2. Gladiator 3 in the number 3 spot. I believe this is like a Bollywood film. Pushpa is tracking to probably finish in the number 4 spot right now. And then the number 5 spot for this upcoming weekend is kind of a toss-up. Could be Y2K. Could also be Interstellar, released this weekend and re-released in IMAX. And it's made $1 million on Friday, which is just a little bit better than Y2K. So maybe you see Interstellar in the top 5. Can't say for sure, but that's based on your Friday numbers. So we'll kind of see how things churn out over the weekend. But yeah, it's been a great couple weeks at the box office. Hopefully people keep heading out to the movies.
Yes, love to see it. Love to see it. All right, that's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe on our YouTube channel or in your favorite podcasting. We're at 320 subscribers on our YouTube, and we are always trying to get that number up. So help us reach our next goal of 343. Then we might tell you why that is when we hit it, or we might not. I don't know. And if you want to get even more involved, you can join our Patreon. Just search So Many Sequels there. With that, you can join our Discord and chat with us on there about movies and the show. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at So Many Sequels Pod. We're also on Threads. And that's it. We will see you all next time.